Before we get into this video, about 68% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. Get your life together, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, leave a like on those videos. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a like. In today's video, as you saw by the title, we're going to talk about Nolan Arenado possibly being traded to the New York Mets. It's a rumor right now, but it looks like it could possibly get to be a reality. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Let's go ahead and get into this video talking about it. So the Mets have already made some moves in the Steve Cohen era, already signing James McCann this offseason, and that's the reason why they could really still sign a George Springer, because if they did sign a JT Realmuto, they probably wouldn't be able to sign a George Springer or a player like that, honestly. And they made the smarter money move by signing James McCann, knowing that another potential star could come with it. After the James McCann signing, everyone pretty much said, oh, they're a lock to get George Springer now. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think they still... I'm going to talk about the possibility of a Nolan Arenado trade. And, yeah, I'm going to propose some different trades as well. So, personally, I don't think the New York Mets have the best offer to the New York Mets. I really don't. I really think the Atlanta Braves have the best offer. I think the Dodgers have a potential very good offer as well. But I think the Mets rank number 3 out of teams that could potentially trade for Nolan Arenado. Nolan Arenado, he's been rumored to be traded for the last year or so. And I did a video, Dear Nolan Arenado requests a trade this offseason. And I believe that. I think he should request a trade from Colorado, because I don't think Colorado has put the supporting cast around him. And I just don't agree with him staying there. I think he needs to get on a winning team, and his legacy is affected by being in Colorado, because he's getting, oh, it's the Coors Field effect. That's how Nolan Arenado is so good. That is a total crappy way to say anybody that plays in Coors Field. The Coors Field effect. That's so simple to just say, oh, it's the Coors Field effect. But he still hits very good on the road. And if he went to the Mets, he's obviously going to be in a bigger market team. He's going to make their ceiling even higher, because you could argue that they already are a second place team, and they probably are still a second place team with the Nolan Arenado acquisition, but it makes them a lot closer, makes the NL East even more tough. Because you look at the NL East right now, you've got the Atlanta Braves, they're competing. They've already made moves this offseason. They've got Charlie Morton. They've got Drew Smiley. They've already made some moves this offseason. They still need to make some more moves, though. The Phillies, it's not looking like they're going to be too competitive. The Marlins showed a lot of potential in 2020. And the Nationals should come back healthy next season. So, there's a lot of... I'm going to propose a trade. Do I think the Mets have the best package? Like I said, no, I do not think they have the best package. So, there's some teams that have been rumored. There's some teams that could use a third baseman besides the Mets, even in the NL East. You could say the Cardinals are a team that could possibly do a trade. The Cubs could possibly do a trade. The Braves could possibly do a trade. The Nationals could possibly do a trade. The Phillies could possibly do a trade. The Dodgers could possibly do a trade. Here's my problem with the Dodgers trade. You really don't want to trade in division. That's always kind of an iffy thing. It's kind of hard to trade in division. But if the Dodgers have the best package, I do see the Rockies trading in division. I don't think they're going to care if the Dodgers have the best package, honestly. I don't think they do. Some AL teams, maybe you could look at the Angels if they're ready to move on from Anthony Rendon, which would be pretty stupid. I mean, that would probably be the craziest trade that you could come up with. And you could look at other teams, like maybe the Yankees. I hope not, but it's possible. So now I'm going to go ahead and go draw up some trades and see what trades that I think could be reasonable for both sides, that actually makes sense for both sides. You've also got other teams that could be in the Arenado sweepstakes. Maybe I don't know who would, maybe the Rangers try to make a move, but they're going to have to move Jung, other players too. So yeah, let's go ahead. I'm going to draw up some trades, and you guys are going to see it when I'm done drawing up the trades. So I found this one article on Yahoo Sports, and I'm not a big fan. I think people in the baseball world are undervaluing Nolan Arenado because he's on the second year of his 8-year contract. He can opt out soon, I'm pretty sure. And we are undervaluing. I'm looking at some of these trades from Yahoo, and they're undervaluing Nolan Arenado, one of the best third basemen in the game. Very undervaluing. So they had option A and option B, and I absolutely hate either of them for the Rockies. Option B was Cano, Nemo, and Brett Beatty. Brett Beatty's their number 3 prospect right now. He was with the Columbia Fireflies in 2019. He's not going to be up soon. I know he's kind of their third base replacement in this trade. You get the Cano contract, which I don't think you're going to take for Nolan Arenado and Nemo. I don't like this trade. I do not like this trade. I think they can get Dominic Smith in this trade. I think they can get Brandon Nemo in this trade. And I think they can get a couple more prospects. Maybe you get a JT Chen. Maybe you still get a Brett Beatty. I don't know. But he deserves. He's That's not getting the deal done. If I'm Colorado, I'm absolutely not doing this deal. This is a terrible trade, I think. Option A is Juris Familia, J.D. Davis, and Josh Wolf. Josh Wolf, he's their number 9 prospect. He's not going to be out for a while. J.D. Davis, he's the main part of this trade. And Juris Familia. I hate this trade. These trades are absolute just crap. I don't like them. And maybe this is just me, but I think Nolan Arenado has a lot of value. I think if he's in a trade with the Braves, for example, they're going to have to give up a Pache or Waters. They're going to have to give up probably Riley. They're going to have to give up Toussaint Newcomb. Probably those two. We're undervaluing Nolan Arenado here. Let me go look at some other trades, and then I'll draw up what I think is reasonable for both sides, I think. Okay, I found an article on Bleacher Report. Now, yes, it was from December 20th, 2019. So it's been a minute since this article was originally published. But I really am interested in what Bleacher Report has to say on Nolan Arenado's value and stuff like that. Bleacher Report's usually pretty good with trades. So let's go ahead and look at them. Their first trade they've got is for Jake Arrieta, which would not happen now because obviously he's a free agent. Spencer Howard and Rocky Marchin. No. Here's my problem with this trade with the Phillies. You have to give up Alex Bohm in this trade because Alex Bohm has no place on this team. Yes, he could play first base, but you've already got Rhys Hoskins over there. I think a trade would look like Alex Bohm, Scott Kingery, and other pieces for Nolan Arenado. Scott Kingery, he didn't show any potential in 2020. That's not a problem. I think he does have some value to a team like the Rockies, though. They get their third base replacement in Alex Bohm, obviously. Spencer Howard is a very good pitcher, but I think they could use Alex Bohm since they traded Nolan Arenado, obviously, if they do. Next is the Washington Nationals. Michael A. Taylor, that won't happen now, and Luis Garcia and Matt Cronin. I'm not big on this trade. I'm really not. You're going to have to give up Carter Keeban. And if you don't, I don't think the trade's getting done. That's just my opinion. Forest Texas Rangers, let's go ahead and see. Odor, Huff, and Burke. Okay. I don't hate this trade for the Rockies. Odor, overrated. Very overrated. Rock Burke. I see the potential there. I think he's going to be a very, very good pitcher. And Sam Huff, he's going to hit 30 home runs at least in Coors Field, potentially. I really am I like that trade for the Rockies. Not bad. 3 St. Louis Cardinals, let's go and see here. Matt Carpenter, Ivan Hira, and Randy Arozarena. This obviously wouldn't happen. Randy Arozarena has already been traded. But if Randy Arozarena was potentially in this deal, maybe there's something to be done there. Number 2, Ender Inciarte, Kyle Wright, and William Contreras. No. Kyle Wright had a lot more value at the close to Christmas last season. Package for the Dodgers, A.J. Pollock, Hubert Urias, and Tony Gonsolin. Why are we undervaluing Nolan Arenado? And this has been happening for a year now. So I came up with a potential trade that I think should happen with the Mets if the Rockies really do want to trade Nolan Arenado to the Mets, I went with Dominic Smith, Brandon Nimmo, Brett Beatty, Andy Rodriguez, a top 30 prospect who's not going to be up for a while, and Andres Jimenez. You're probably saying, this is a lot to be given up. And maybe you're right. I don't necessarily know here. But I think that Nolan Arenado's value is a lot higher than these Bleacher Report articles, Yahoo Sports articles are saying. His value is very, very high in Major League Baseball. Dominic Smith is going to be a good first baseman. The Rockies need a first baseman very badly, and this is great for Dominic Smith's career because he has no spot on the New York Mets right now. Brandon Nimmo, another outfielder. They kind of need some outfield help, honestly. Brett Beatty, he's your third base replacement for the future. Now he's only in like single A advanced right now, but that's okay. He's there for the future. Or you could put Mark Vientos in this trade, who's another top 10 prospect for the Mets. Now the Mets don't have the best farm system, so you're probably going to look at players that are going to be traded off their team right now. I don't think they have to move J.D. Davis in this trade, but it's possible. Andy Rodriguez is going to be maybe a good catcher for the future. Andres Jimenez is a good player. You can maybe switch him out with J.D. Davis, whichever you want to do. That doesn't matter here. But I want to draw up some other trades for the Braves and Dodgers and talk about how they, I think, are better. Because those are the three teams that I really think are fighting for Arenado right now. That's just my opinion. I think those are the three main teams. Here's my potential Braves package that I think could get done. Christian Pache or Drew Waters. I think you could go either one here. I don't think it really matters. I think the Braves probably Pache's more untouchable than Waters right here, and that's just my opinion. Langoliers or Contreras. I think they want a catcher in this trade. Kyle Muller, their number 6 prospect. He's Major League ready. Wright, Newcomb, and Austin Riley in this trade. All these players are Major League ready except Shea Langoliers, but William Contreras is Major League ready. All these players are going to be Major League ready. So the Rockies still could compete now with a younger team, getting all these pieces back from Nolan Arenado. Now the Braves need a third baseman. Austin Riley, as a Braves fan, is just not doing it for me. I think that there are better options out there, and I think they should try to make a move for Chris Bryant or Nolan Arenado. I'm not a big believer in Austin Riley. After the start of his 2019 season, I was like, this guy's going to be really good. But he has not showed that. Let me go ahead and talk about this trade for the Rockies. For the Rockies, the thinking here is we're going to get a little younger, right? And Pache, he's going to be a very good center fielder. You start to build a really good outfield with Pache, Blackman, and whoever else. You also get a good catcher that you definitely need in Langoliers or Contreras. They're interchangeable. I would try to get William Contreras just a little more because he is ready and kind of fits the timeline with all these other players that you're getting. Kyle Muller's a young pitching prospect that could be very good for them. Kyle Wright hasn't showed that potential in Atlanta, but maybe he could be in a bigger role for the Rockies. Newcomb, another player that's kind of in the bullpen, or is he starting, whichever. And Austin Riley. Austin Riley is a player that hasn't really showed that potential, but I think he could possibly hit 20 to 25 home runs in Coors Field. And Austin Riley might be the steal of this trade for the Colorado Rockies, considering he is in Coors Field, and yes, he is a home run hitter. Let me go ahead and draw up this Dodgers trade. Now, this Dodgers package, you could say, is the best out of all these. And maybe you're right. I'm going to rank them from 1 to 3 once I'm done talking about the Dodgers package. The Dodgers in this trade would give up May or Gonsolin. You obviously have to give up May or Gonsolin. They're your top 2 pitching prospects, and that's who the Rockies are obviously going to want, considering they need pitching. You're also going to get 2 pitching prospects in Mitch White and Clayton Beeter, 8 and 9, respectively. Beeter is 8 and White is 9, and they both will. White's ready now, and Beeter will take a few years. You get Keibert Reese in this trade and Gavin Lux. Now this, you may say, is a lot to be giving up, but you're going to have to beat that Braves package somehow. And by giving up your Reese, Lux, and May, I think you might beat that Braves package. But you're also trading in division, which makes it a little bit iffier for a team like the Rockies. So maybe the Rockies do accept the Braves trade. If I'm ranking these trades, coming in at number 3 for me is going to be the New York Mets. The Mets don't have the best package to offer. The other 2 teams have potential stars to offer. So the mindset behind this Dodgers Mets trade, or Dodgers Rockies trade, I meant sorry, would be for that Dustin May is going to be really good, even in Colorado or Gonsolin. Keibert Uresa is going to be a great young catcher for this team. Lux is going to be very good at second base, shortstop, whichever, because they could lose Trevor Story. White and Beater. So, yeah, that's the mindset behind this trade. The Rockies get a little bit younger, getting a bunch of good prospects. The Dodgers are even better. They will probably win another World Series if this trade does happen, and I think the Braves are favorites for the World Series if this happens. So, yeah, that's my Nolan Arenado trades and my thoughts and my opinions. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll get notified whenever I upload a video. Subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a like. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll be back tomorrow, probably. Or soon. I don't know if I said that.